2019. Hello again. I'm Shirley Nalicat.
And I'm Sandra Bookman in today for David. We're going to begin this half hour with a stormy weather pattern throughout the day. Clouds breaking for a little sun this afternoon, followed by a breakout of thunderstorms later this evening.
Sam Champion once again with an update on the exclusive AccuWeather forecast.
Yeah, so northeastern New Jersey from the city north is where the action is right now. I'm going to show you that in just a second. It's a little quieter in southern Jersey right now, but this thunder threat is around again this afternoon after around 4 or 5 o'clock. Our biggest concern with this line is going to be gusty winds and some downpours of rain here. You can see where that rain is now from Yonkers, White Plains, New City, Yorktown, all the way to East Fishkill and toward Poughkeepsie. So it's really riding the Hudson and now just a little bit east of the Hudson there. So as we go through the afternoon, let's make our plans. You can see where that modeling has it perfectly when we start this. Now look at where we are at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So after things get quiet, when we get to the evening hour, early evening, we'll begin to pop up some more storms coming from Pennsylvania, West New Jersey. Now the problem here is that's where the flood watch is. So we've got to watch these storms as they develop to see if they've got some heavy rain with them. Anything more than a quarter of an inch, and the rivers, creeks, and streams are already just basically at their bank there. So we need to watch for flood warnings very quickly and easily in those areas. Then things will calm down right around 9 o'clock in the evening, but as we go through the day tomorrow, a little bit of sunshine will build 1 or 2 more scattered storms. So we'll talk about the tomorrow part of this when we get over to the big board. So stay with us, and we'll see you in just a second. Shirley?
All right, thanks so much, Sam. As we mentioned at the top of our newscast, thousands of flight delays are wreaking havoc for frustrated passengers, ruining trips and disrupting vacation plans across an already strained system made worse by severe weather, not just here, but across the country.
Yeah, take peak summer travel season, mix in some thunderstorms, severe thunderstorms, and you got a recipe for cancellation calamity. So what should you do if your flight's canceled? 7 on your sides. Nita Pineda is here to help.
Okay, the good news in this nightmare scenario is that you are entitled to a full refund, even if it's weather. Okay, that used to not be the case. But US DOT regulations now give you 2 options. You can cancel the flight and get a full refund, or you can, and that includes a refund, by the way, on your bags and also any seat upgrades that you paid for. Also, if you still want to get to your destination, most airlines will rebook you for free on the next available flight, as long as their seat's available. We are hearing about these extreme cases where passengers whose flights were canceled over the weekend yesterday, they're only being offered seats on flights, guess what, for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, even to Sunday. That's because a domino effect happened, knocking out other flights across the entire grid. If you've been canceled, make your way to a gate agent or customer service desk and get online right away. If someone in your party has status, use the agents inside the club level. Those lines are going to be a lot shorter. While you're waiting, start dialing. Call your airline. If you've already left the airport, a good tip to snag help getting rebooked and rescheduled, call the international number. They're going to be less swamped than domestic lines right now. Or you can tweet at the airline. Start a chat on the app. Travel experts say that's the fastest way to get resolution. Remember, while you're entitled to a refund, airlines aren't required to compensate. There's a big difference.
A refund is where you'll get your money back for a flight that didn't happen. Compensation is where you're going to get something above and beyond as a gesture of goodwill from the airline. So you might get miles, you might get a flight credit voucher, good for future travel. You might get a hotel or food vouchers. So it really depends. It's all really what you ask for.
All right, if you do take a travel voucher for future travel, make sure you ask 2 things. Ask about blackout dates or other restrictions on use. Many times, airlines will also work with other carriers and maybe put you on another flight. You know, that's not really happening here because the weather affected all the flights across the board. So if you really need to get to your destination and it's close by, maybe consider carpooling, renting a car with other passengers, road tripping, and sharing the cost. Guys, I did that one time trying to get from Newark to Pittsburgh. Just found a bunch of passengers. We said, hey, let's, get in the car together.
Wow.
If you can do this safely, of course, tell someone who you're with, split the cost up front. But otherwise, you're just in a holding pattern along with everyone else. But you better ask for these perks because airlines aren't going to volunteer them.
Yeah.
But you won't know unless you ask.
Yeah. My question is, and I know you can't answer this at this point, this is just the beginning of the summer travel season.
Yeah.
And if it starts out this way, it makes me fearful about what we could see as the summer goes on.
Look at that meltdown we had last summer with Southwest.
Yeah.
And now this is already, it's a snowball effect.
Yeah, but you do have some power. You just got to go to there's several avenues. You just got to do them all.
Absolutely.
We just heard this morning a grandfather is driving down to Florida now. That was not in his plan. He now has to drive to Florida to pick up his grandkids so that they can go off to Colombia.
A lot to be said about travel insurance. We'll get to that at 5.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Nina.
And if you are about to go to the airport or you've got a flight scheduled soon, you can check the status of that flight through our flight tracker at ABC7NY. That's on our website and on our free news app.